this. You can take a picture.
Wow, that's a really great shot, actually.
Oh wait, I want to see his now.
Not that one, but that one. And that one of you too.
That looks so focused.
That one's a great one. You look like an evil scientist.
Perfect.
But a happy evil scientist.
Happy. Too happy.
That's going on Instagram.
Right. Michael, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Michael Kunzinger. I'm a photographer. I look for images and reflections on water.
Yeah.
And they look abstract, but technically they're realistic. There's a great quote by Picasso that there's no such thing as abstract. You always start with an idea, and then you strip away reality from it. And the thing with these photos is that they look like oil paintings, like non-representational modern art, but they're completely real. I don't do anything to them. I don't alter them or anything. It's nature's done the job of taking away the original image. You know, little things like the angle of the light, the reflectivity of the water, the clarity of the water, ambient light, all that stuff kind of works together to create the image, and I just show up and document it.
Amazing. And what camera do you use?
My favorite was a Sony SX, a Canon SX100.
Yeah.
It was great. It had really good quality, and you could pack it away in your pocket and not look like you're taking pictures of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was also great for being on the go, because you never know when you're going to find really nicely reflecting water.
And when did you start this project?
I'd say the first image that I got, where I thought, oh wow, this could be a thing, was about 2012 or 2013.
Wow.
And I've only been pursuing it and putting it out there professionally for maybe 3 or 4 years.
Oh wow, amazing. Yeah. And where do you plan to take your work next?
Next, I have a couple of shows back in Virginia.
Yeah.
That I have to get ready for. I'd like to make it up into New York. There are a couple of venues that expressed an interest.
Okay, amazing.
And I'd like to come back here sometime too. So.
Yeah. So what inspired you initially?
There's always a new way to see stuff, This is how I see things right now, If I, put time into a more powerful camera or something, I could get it even closer and even more kind of surreal, zooming in even closer into the water,
Yeah.
Or incorporating other objects,
Yeah. Have you ever thought of using film?
I have thought of doing that,
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get started in nowadays,
Yeah.
But it would be nice,
Yeah.
especially because film has qualities all of its own.
Yeah, because water, I guess your photos definitely show a lot of movement, but I guess with film you'd show even, maybe it could be a step back. I don't know.
No, it would be cool to try it in black and white, because black and white kind of exists
on the grayscale,
on the composition and the grayscale and all that, and it would be cool to put those two together and see what comes out.
Okay, brilliant. I'm trying to think. Yeah, go.
Water itself is pretty meditative and tranquil, and all the images that you have are real, beautiful kind of transformations of that. Do you think of these works as meditative processes, or are there a philosophical background, or
the philosophical
background, how do you relate to them Are they works for yourself, or are they for the viewer?
They're usually for the viewer. A lot of the power in them is that oh wow moment in the viewer where they realize, this is something that's been around them all the time everywhere, and they just never took the time to take time out and look at it and appreciate it,
Because I was saying earlier today when I went for a walk and I came back, I was saying I could see Michael's photos in the water.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to be walking around the rivers and the canals and be like, oh, Michael. Michael's work. It was a pain in my head straight away.
So so there's that, and that whole kind of, what do you call it, that philosophy of just finding a new way to look at something that's so kind of ordinary and...
But extraordinary at the
but
same time.
extraordinary. It all depends on how you're looking at it.
Yeah. So. Water does so many things.
Yeah.
Could you talk a bit about the scale of your work? Is that like an intentional, like making it almost like 9x12 size almost?
Oh yeah. I like using the 16:9 ratio when I take pictures, just because I feel like it captures the way the human vision sees things a little more truly, But very few people actually print stuff in 16:9, so you end up having to crop it a little bit. Other than that, the size is usually determined by like the pixels. So like...
makes sense.
like this one, it looks really cool as a small photo. Wouldn't look so cool as a big one.
Yeah, a bit blurry.
And other stuff. Although sometimes the blur works with you. It's all about how you present it.
Okay, very interesting. Let's see. Do I have any more questions? I think that's 11 minutes now.
Is your work more process based or like result based? Or when you get the photo, do you do a lot with that when you print it, or you just kind of print it and that's what it is?
I print it and that's what it is. It's a very instantaneous kind of... the shot either works or it doesn't, there's no post-processing, I might crop something and rotate it. There's a lot of rotating, to, a picture that you took, let me see an example, like this was actually taken lengthwise, but I like it that way.
Okay.
But that's usually the most I'll do as far as that goes. But yeah, it's a lot of just waiting for the elements to line up.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
Do you think about the material that you print on? Is that purposeful? Or is it normally paper?
It depends. It's usually just your standard glossy paper, just because that's what's most readily available, I really like the matte quality stuff.
Are photographers or artists or certain people you look at for influence of your work? Or is it just the water? Which is cool.
The water stuff is kind of original. But for my other photography, like when I'm doing landscapes and stuff, I really like the old black and white photographers, like Ansel Adams and that breed. There are some really good photographers of boats. I think they were called Rosenthals or something. They took pictures of boats in black and white, and it really brought out the curves and the sails and all that. But I like the photographers who work using composition, instead of just color.
Fair. And light.
Yeah.
Instead of post-processing.
Yeah, it's
more minimal.
Real skill to
the eye of the
yeah,
artist. I get that.
great colorful photos, much as anyone.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to think of more questions. I'm not the best. I could ask these questions in the book. Have you ever walked into a museum and thought, where are all the women artists?
I have.
Every time.
Yeah. I think.
How do you want the viewer to respond to the work or relate to it? Or is there a way that like you prefer?
It's kind of up to the viewer, you know. They all speak to viewers differently, you know. I like when they come away either seeing something they didn't see before, or when they relate to it because they've seen it but they haven't seen it put into pictures before, you know. That I get that actually a lot from surfers.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
they're really close to the water,
Yeah.
usually at the time of day when I would take these. Like whenever I show it to somebody who's like into surfing or something, they're like,
Fishing.
you know, they get it right away and they talk about, you know, how much it reminds them of that. So that's a nice result to get, you know.
That's true.